This is the Milwaukee Magic Box. No, it's really the Milwaukee Magic Level. Well, it's neither of those. It's the Milwaukee Digital Angle Gauge, and do you need it? Let's find out. Well, this little guy is a tool that works with many of your other tools, and it works in reference to a flat surface, not necessarily being a level. You don't want this as a level. Milwaukee and Empire and many others make really good levels that are much longer, give a broader base, and give you a more perfect level. However, this is a very handy tool for setting up other tools, and let's go ahead and get started. This little guy is the Milwaukee Digital Angle Gauge, and it's exactly what it states it is, but it probably does more than you realize, and it's a very handy tool regardless of what industry or trade that you're in. Now, you'll see these a lot with electricians, you'll see them with carpenters, but probably more carpenters should use them, and then you'll find them with woodworkers as well, although woodworkers may lean more onto precision tools that are more hand tools than digital tools. But anyway, regardless, there's several uses for this, and I'm going to show you a couple that you may not be aware of or may not think of. It comes, this, by the way, the model number is the 48-22-5602, and it comes with these AAA batteries, so let's go ahead and get them in there and start using this thing. By the way, also a little beautiful Velcro closing nylon ballistic, no, I don't know if it's ballistic. Anyway, it comes with this little baggie that you can that you can use to hold your tool as well. And look at here, the instructions fit in there as well. Man, you will definitely fall on those. Very simple instructions, by the way. I read through all of them. Yep, all of them, except the Spanish and French part. But anyhow, let's grab a screwdriver here. You think Milwaukee will mind that we're using a Mac screwdriver? I don't think so. Anyway. So powered by two AAA batteries that, again, included in this little kit. And by the way, also, this tool, I think it retails for like 30 bucks. I think it's $29.97. I'm sure that price may differ a little bit here or there, but still not an expensive tool whatsoever, especially when it can get you into a more detailed and precise work. So let's go ahead and power this up. Just push the power button, and you see it reads that error code. And the reason that is, if you tilt it back more than I think like 30 degrees, it goes into an error, because that's not what it's meant to read. It's meant to read basically 0 out here and then read at this angle or at this angle, but not at that angle. So you see, if you go too far back, it'll error out. You bring it back and you're absolutely fine. So right now it's kind of trying to read level on this table here. And this is not where you want to use this. You don't want to use it as a level. Get a long level or a torpedo level or something like that with more of a base to actually read just your level. But what it's trying to read is in reference to. Now, right now, it's, again, reading at 0 level. But let me go ahead and zero it out based on this table. And I can hit that 0 button. And now it's trying to read 0. There's a little flex in this table is the reason that's going back after I pushed it. So you can see I can push down. Anyway, you get it. And when it's reading off of our reference, you can see the 0 mark there. So in other words, I actually called it on to 0 out at this particular surface. So now, based off of that, first, we've got it actually at the 180 degrees. So it will read in two different formats, 0 to 90. So basically a right angle, so 0 and up to 90. Or you can put it on the 180 degree that'll read from 0 all the way over to 180 degrees. So you can see here, turn it there, we're at 90 and flip it on over, and now we're at 180. And you also see that the display flipped as well. So even though our digital angle gauge is upside down, we're still able to read the LCD screen and actually see that the numbers are right side up. And again, you can see that little marker there with the flat plane on it that tells us we're in the 180 degree mode. Now let's get this flipped back over. And all we have to do is our 0 button. Let's hold that down, and you'll see that little symbol there change now to the 90 degree mark. And so now we're going to read from 0 to 90 degrees. And so if I go further, it's just going back to 0. Going to flip this back over. So let's see where we can use this. Okay, obviously this is a great use for a digital angle gauge, but not in what you might think. So yes, we could turn this on and let it sit there. And we could measure that blade and say, okay, we want to take that to 90 and we're at 90. But if it's not in reference to this table, it's really not telling us anything. So if the saw is actually out of level and we're measuring at 90 here, that's not going to do anything for us. So let's check the table first. And then let's zero here. So now we're zeroed there. And so now we can check at the blade level and adjust accordingly. So now we know our blade is at a 90 degree in reference from the table to here. Now, this is not that big of a deal when checking at 90 because really it's probably quicker and easier and more precise if you just use one of these little precision squares to check if you're just cutting 90. Now the handy part with this is when you're changing from 90 to 20 degrees to 30 degrees to 12 degrees or whatever you need to cut, that's where this becomes very handy because now we zero out our table and then we go back to our blade and we say, okay, we need to cut a 15-degree angle. So we come in here at 75 and we lock it down and now we're ready to cut that 15-degree angle. So that's where this becomes handy, and then when we need to go back to 90, we can go back to our 90 and quickly go back and forth. And this where, again, this becomes very handy. You're not having to take a square or cut a piece of wood that's the right angle and check it that way. So that's where using a table saw and this becomes very handy. Now here's a pretty common place where you'll see this used. There's some conduit right here on a steel building. So we got a steel I-beam. So let's turn on our tool. But a couple of things here. Number one, if we were running this, we probably want this to be, you know, nice and plumb and very vertical at a 90-degree angle. And that's great. But let's say for some reason that this I-beam was off. Now, obviously when you're building this building, you want that I-beam to be at a 90. But let's say it wasn't at a 90 and we needed to zero this out. So we could go to 0, say, okay, now we're going to go in reference to this, because if this were a 12, 15, 20-foot run of conduit and this were at a 90, this was not, you would definitely see that discrepancy. So you'd probably want to run this in relation to this I-beam. Yes, you could measure it, but very quickly I could zero this out here, then zero it there on my conduit, and then run the conduit in relation to the actual angle iron and get a nice and beautiful run all the way up. And the same is true with airlines. We could check our airlines. This is aluminum airline, so it won't stick to it, but still we could check it at a 90 as well as at a level as well to make sure that we're getting nice and pretty runs on these. But let's also check out with bending pipe as well. And then obviously when bending pipe, we want to make sure that we're getting the proper bend. Yes, you can read these things on here to get a roundabout estimate. However, same thing here. We power on and then we go ahead and zero it out. So now we're zeroed out. Let's slide this over here. And then get that desired degree that we want. And there we go. Now let me give you at least 2 more examples of where you can use this. So your drill press as well. And the first thing you'll want to check is the table. Make sure, wow, it's zeroed out. Okay, so make sure it's zeroed out and then go in reference to your actual drill bit and then adjust your table accordingly. Don't bend your drill bit, that doesn't help. Anyway, so you get it. This is something, again, way overlooked. Most of the time people will put a level or something on their table. Well, that tells you nothing in reference to your actually drill bit. So you need to reference the drill angle in reference to the table itself. It's a great tool for that. Let me mention something else this could be good for, and there are many, many other uses as well, but exhaust work underneath vehicles. So when you've got a vehicle on a lift, again, not necessarily is that lift going to be level or is that vehicle going to be level. However, you could go in reference to the frame, zero it out, and then make sure that you're running your exhaust work parallel to that frame if you want it. So typically you want to be somewhere in reference to that. And then in your angles running over the rear end, differential, things like that, you can use this as well. So very handy tool, only 30 bucks, highly recommend it. It is only magnetized on one side. I think it could be handy if there were magnetization. So it would be handy if there were magnets on other sides as well, where you could actually stick it to the side and not have to flip it sideways to stick it on the bottom. But anyway, it's not hard to work around that at all for 30 bucks. Hey, check it out for yourself. Also, keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and even TikTok. Hey, if you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And by all means, if you hated our video, well, give us a thumbs down. But would you let us know in the comments why? Have a great day. Keep smiling.